Now that you are familiar with each component of the leadership section, we are going to go through an activity to get you started writing the leadership essay. Just like with the key insight activity, I recommend that you pause this video as we're going through it to get your ideas out on paper or digitally and then come back for the next step. Please open the file titled Leadership Brainstorming Activity. It should look similar to the one shown here. This first page is dedicated to help you identify an issue or problem relevant to your field of study or pathway. So we are going to dive into the questions now that are currently on the screen shown. So the first one is, what am I passionate about? What is my intended profession? What does the world need? What skills have I developed? And what issue or problem do I want to address? These are designed to help you brainstorm and justify your interest and expertise in the issue that you have selected. You can even start with brainstorming your problem or issue first and then proceed with the deeper thinking questions like these. You can kind of work your way backwards if it is easier for you to process and reflect. Just remember to think about how your experiences and interests have equipped you to address this issue or problem. What makes you the, quote, expert in the room? And you will use this context when we're writing the recommendation portion. If you need to pause the video here to fill out the questions and define your issue or problem, you are more than welcome to do so, and then we will move on to our next component or page. Now that you have identified and given some context to the broader issue, we are going to narrow it down and make it more realistic for you to hypothetically address after graduation. Narrowing down a big idea can be difficult, so some strategies to help make your issue or problem more realistic to address after graduation are included in the narrow it down box shown here. And then you can also refer back to the problem video on leadership for more ideas on identifying a realistic problem. The next component of the leadership section activity is proposing a recommendation or solution. This is the next page of the activity shown on the screen, so you can copy over your specific issue or problem that we identified on the first page. So now we will brainstorm some potential recommendations or solutions to help alleviate the issue. How may you want to address that issue? What program, initiative, or service will make a difference in your problem or focus? Why do you believe it will be successful? And we can also refer back to the solution video in the leadership section for more details on this. If you need to pause the video again to brainstorm your solution to your problem, please do so. Next, we're going to justify our recommendation. We want to tie back to at least one of our key insights that we have identified. How does your proposed solution relate back to something that you did or something that you learned through your key insights? You can also refer back to the solution video again for more details. Lastly, we will look at the section for your implementation plan. In an implementation plan, you want to think about all of the steps included to make your solution happen. You will need to be specific and include details of each step needed, who will be involved, and why you are taking each step. Remember, justification at each step is the key to showing your reviewers you have thought critically through your plan. Refer to the implementation video for more details as you fill out this chart. Our last question is, how will you know that your plan is successful? This is the very bottom question on the worksheet. If you hypothetically have now gone and implemented your plan, how will you know that it worked? Consider an assessment or evaluation plan for your implemented solution. How will you know that this thing that you have decided to do has worked? What methods will you use to measure your plan or your solution to know that it was successful? And how will you collect the data? Including an evaluation section is certainly not a requirement, but we do see a lot of students include an evaluation plan in their leadership sections.